Good evening, friends, and welcome back to Emily's Game. I was just in game just before the 4.0.1 patch dropped, and a lot of people were asking, how do you get around downloading the entire new patch, the entire size of the patch? And there is a way. There's an easy way to do this, actually. Undoubtedly, most of you have played the different variations of Star Citizen. Lately, we've had the three environments, the PTU, the live, and the preview. The live was our 324.3 server, the preview is our 4.0 server, and the PTU is our 4.0.1. Well, 4.0.1 moved from PTU to live. So what we're going to do, this is very simple. You're going to find your Star Citizen directory, and in it, you're going to have the different variations of environments you've played. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my PTU my live version, as that is an up-to-date copy of the PTU. So I'm going to rename my live to .old. Eventually, I will delete it, but I work in IT. It take a while to delete shit. So I move them into another folder just so they're out of my way. We're going to go ahead and rename PTU to live. And now what that's done is that's giving our live environment the most up-to-date files from the PTU. In addition to anything you do with data, it's always a good idea to keep copies of certain files. In my live.old folder, under my users folder, under client 0, you're going to see that we've got a controls folder. This is all the mappings that we've sent. Most of us set custom mappings. I've got the HOTAS set up. I have every keyboard key and button on my HOTAS is set to something. I would hate to have to go back and redo that. So I always grab a copy of the control file and I save it here in a backup folder. I'm going to paste that in here. You also want to grab your custom characters folder from the same folder. So again, that's Star Citizen, live or PTU or preview, user, client, 0, custom character. If you look, I have my two different profiles that I use. A lot of people don't care. They just use whatever the game gives them. But if you're like me and you like the one that you set, you want to grab your custom characters. Anytime you create a character, a new avatar that you really like, you can save it for later use. Here we go. So now I've got those backed up. We're going to open up our launcher. And as you can see, mine says launch game. I had already updated it before I started this video. So what I'm going to do is, since I changed my live folder, I'm going to go ahead and verify game files. This is going to download just the files that are different from the PTU to the new current live version. The update itself without from 3.24.3 was about 30 gig. But if you look here, doing it this way, it's only 4 gigs. So not much change from the last PTU version to the current live. So we're going to let that run. I will come back when it's finished. All right, guys, that took me maybe 3 minutes. So now we're done. Now we have a working version of the live 4.0.1. Let's go ahead and launch into it and make sure it works. That worked. So for those of you not familiar with the character change, you don't have to create a new one every time. You can click on one of the avatars here, go to your disk, load and save option down here, and as you can see, the two that I saved from earlier are still there. Now, because I did it that way, it would have been there regardless, and I do believe if you just update the folder, it'll just overwrite what's there. It should leave the files, but always make sure you back these up if you like to save them. This is one of the ones I like to use from time to time, and this is the other one that I like to use. So, guys, I hope this video is helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you're looking for assistance in any other aspect of the game. I'd love to try and help you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did find this useful, and I will see you in my next video. You guys have a wonderful evening, and take care.